Hi, hello, namaskara. Welcome to another episode on the Vinz Rishi show. This is the grand finale week. We are here for the exciting times this weekend. Wow, this is the only show that brings you up close and personal with some of the finest self-made stars who will tell you no dream is too far, no success is too difficult to achieve. Now, having said that, here we are after 12 episodes. We literally are in the final week of the Vinz Rishi show. We've put in all the hard work and we've tried to manage all the guests effectively so that their stories inspire you the best. Okay, without further ado, let me just quickly get to the show. Corona times are update ಏನು ಅಂದ್ರೆ there's absolutely no restrictions whatsoever on all the other days except for Sundays. Sundays on the strict lockdown ಇದೆ. So please do not step out. That's what the government says. So do not step out on Sundays. And apart from that, I think everything else you can manage between 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. That's what the government strategy is to combat coronavirus. ಯಾವ level effective ಇದೆ ಅದು ನನಗೂ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, but we will definitely try and stay in our safety net and we will try and maintain absolute precautions throughout. Having said that, my guest is already here, so let me quickly go ahead and add her. She's such a lovely guest all the way from the English shows. So let me. She's from the dental profession. She's taken up to cricket like no other. She's aspiring to don the English colors. Ladies and gentlemen, my guest for the evening, Laura and Bailey, all the way from London. Hello, Laura.
Hello.
Hi, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Nice.
Thank you. So are you. I love the shirt.
Hey, thank you. Okay, so how's it going for you in the UK? Corona time?
Oh, yeah, Corona times. It's definitely better. Lockdown has slightly eased, but we love our cricket and it's sad, isn't it? I can't play it yet. Yeah, what's it like there?
In India, the lockdown restrictions are a lot more relaxed. We are able to play cricket, but only in like very scheduled sessions. Obviously, there's not an opportunity for the entire team to practice at one go. So we just have like about 5 or 6 guys hanging out with each other, playing for some time and then chilling out.
That sounds so good.
Yours is more of these one-on-one sessions, right?
Yeah, at least we can have coaching. That's good. So we can still develop ourselves. So yeah.
Okay, so all set for the show. So I have a lot of questions to ask you today.
Perfect. I'm ready for them.
Okay. The norm in India is that, we have a lot of engineers who take up to cricket and they make it very big. Especially Javagal Srinath, Anil Kumble, who's played for India. These are all engineers. Very seldom do we see somebody from the dental profession industry making it big into cricket. So yours is an one-off case. So how did cricket happen to you?
Do you know what? It's weird because I never really grew up with cricket. So my dad didn't play cricket. None of my family were into cricket. But my brother played a little bit. So I started making the teas for cricket. You know, when you like make the sandwiches and everything. So I was the tea lady. And then that was when I was young. And then I never ever played cricket until I actually left university. I moved to London when I was 22. And my flatmate played cricket and they were short one day. So they only had 10 players. Okay. And he was like, do you want to come and play? And I was like, I don't know how to play cricket. I can't. He was like, just come on. It's fine. So I went and I was bowling and they were like really loopy, like awful balls. But I got so many wickets because everyone was trying to whack them and they just missed them. So I was like addicted. So from 2014, I was like, it's my mission to get really good at cricket. I'm just going to put everything into it. So yeah, that's how it happened.
Oh, so it was an opportunity where there was a player shot and then you picked it up with both hands. And then here you are, enjoying cricket like no other. Okay.
Yeah, like 8 years younger.
Okay, so there's a small little transition from bowling pace to leg spin, right? So that's your story, isn't it? It's an interesting one as well, I think.
Yeah, do you know what? It's weird. I was bowling seam for, I think, 4 or 5 years. And I made it into a county setup for a year. Basically got to join them and decide whether I was going to stay on with them. And I joined them as a seam bowler. But I started getting back problems. I wasn't good enough, basically. Okay, when you're in competition with lots of seam bowlers, there's loads around. and I was told I wasn't good enough, and that really knocked me hard. You know, when you're so passionate about something, you work really hard. And do you know what? I gave up cricket for 6 months, which is crazy now when I think about it. And I was like, I hate cricket. I'm never doing it again. You know, I can't be a seam bowler, whatever. And then I just thought, do you know what? I'm going to take responsibility and I'm going to change something. So I decided, what can I learn that hardly anybody does, because it's so hard? And so I won't have competition with lots of people. And I thought leg spin. So yeah, that's how I started leg spin. I thought, I'm going to start leg spin and I'm going to play professional cricket. That's my aim.
Fantastic. And you've chosen something very, very difficult, because leg spin is something that you just cannot have it at the word go. I mean, you really have to put that extra bit of effort, because it involves a lot of wrist extension, shoulder extension, hip. So many mechanisms of the human body is involved in order to deliver a simple leg spinning delivery.
Tell me about it. It's so hard. But it's so like addictive, because when you do get it right, it's like a magic feeling, isn't it?
So, it certainly is. Especially after you see Shane Warne's ball of the century. I think everybody would want to bowl something like that, but it's so difficult.
It's so difficult.
Okay, so did you go to Manchester University?
Yeah, I went to Manchester, yeah.
You have a first-class honours degree from Manchester University, do you?
Yeah, in dental therapy, yeah.
Oh, fantastic. How difficult was that compared to leg spin?
I think that was slightly more difficult. Yeah, you have to learn a lot about science and the body, and, you know, I can do stuff like fillings and injections. So that was very hard. And being away from your family as well is quite hard, and being in a different city. But it was the best thing I ever did, because it gave me a foundation of education so that I can pursue cricket as well.
Okay. Well, good you actually did that, because if somebody has to get hurt and their teeth's broken, because that happens very frequently in India. We play on awkward surfaces and people get hit despite wearing a helmet. I think a dentist like you can probably help us out when we're injured.
I tell everyone, I'm like, put a helmet on, because I've seen so many teeth shattered. I should just be going around giving around my business cards, shouldn't I?
Oh yeah, you should probably have a sponsor written on your whites as well, in case if somebody can break the teeth. You'd be very effective in India though, because a lot of people keep breaking their teeth. Yeah.
God.
Okay, so we now know what Laura is and what her passion is. Tell us more about your support system. I'm sure your family should have probably reacted in a mixed way after you've decided to take up cricket, along with the kind of profession what you chose. And also on that note, congratulations! I hear you are engaged. I saw one of those live sessions. You're now engaged to be married. I think the corona has upset the marriage schedule a little bit, right?
Yeah, wedding cancelled, but another year of freedom. No, I'm joking.
Yeah, so your support system, how does it work?
So I'm lucky in the fact that my fiance, he is very into sports. So he plays golf. And as we all know, golf takes a lot of time to play, right? So it takes a lot of hours.
Correct.
And so does cricket. So he kind of understands that sometimes I'm away all day to play a game, because I think if you're with someone that doesn't understand that, they're like, where are you all the time? You're playing cricket, like it's annoying. So I think I'm lucky in the fact that he understands that. And then also the fact that he has played cricket before. So he'll give me throwdowns, he'll do all of that for me, which is amazing. Yeah, which is very lucky. In terms of my family, because they don't really watch or play cricket, I do find it really hard to get them to come and watch me. It's like I'm like, come on, please. Yeah, but you win some, don't you? Yeah.
That's true. But glad you have a good you have a supporting partner who can actually put some throwdowns for you.
Definitely.
You keep whacking him. You keep whacking him.
Yeah.
So cool. You've had a few associations, already with a few institutions like Cricket Mentoring and a few other institutions that have taken you places. Like you had to travel to India with Cricket Mentoring. So tell us more about these kind of collaborations. Is it the kind of norm what you generally see in the UK, or is it something that has been specially set up for identified people to groom their talent?
So the cricket mentoring, I just think it was one of the best things that's happened to me on Instagram. the guys that run it are just so talented and knowledgeable, and they focus so much on mindset as well, because I think a lot of coaches that I work with, it's all about technique, high elbow, you know, head towards the ball, which is great, but actually quite a lot of the time cricket is inside your head. So I feel like they opened me up to that massively and have helped me improve my game and my mental game. So I approached Tom Scully, who owns Cricket Mentoring, because he was having a coaching session in England, and I said, oh, can I have one? Like, I'd love to like learn from you guys. And we met at Lord's, and we just got on really well, and we had the same passions and drives. And he said, you know, I'm looking to go to India next year, to Bangalore, to the KIOC, an amazing institution, and I want to take a group of people, you know, to test it out, test this tour out. And I was 100%. So yeah, I don't think it's a normal thing for a coach, you know, business to do that, but they're paving the way for the future. Like, how amazing would it be to get people from all around the world coming together with the same passion of cricket and visiting places like India? So it's not in the norm, but it's amazing. It's exciting.
Correct. I mean, we certainly are the epicenter of the cricket world, and everybody would love to come and learn things from us. And who better to learn from? Because Tom Scully, I think, has represented some cricket in Australia, and he's also a Middlesex player, isn't he?
Yeah, and he's an off spinner as well. Yeah, so he's a great bat, but he also bowls as well. So yeah, and going to India, the quality of cricket, the spinning is, oh my goodness, it's amazing. I learned so much. Yeah.
But I'm glad you actually came down here. So that's how we could actually track you, because your Indian journey was everywhere. And then that's when we found, okay, so there's Laura. So I think it would be nice to actually talk to you. So that's what we thought. Okay, so women's cricket, so different from what we see in India. What exactly is the scene for women in England? I mean, how do they actually pick up talent? How do they groom them? So what really goes on in the women's cricket scene?
So do you know what? Women's cricket has come on so much in the last 10 years. You know, 10 years ago when I was younger, you couldn't imagine having a career as a cricketer. You know, you could play cricket for England, but you'd have to have another full-time job to support yourself. And, you know, not everyone's lucky enough to be able to have the money to do that. Nowadays, there's been so much money and passion and time pumped into women's cricket that you can, it's actually tangible. You could actually have a career in women's cricket and get paid almost on par as men. And that's really, really exciting. So there's lots of initiatives. There's, you know, stuff like This Girl Can, the hashtag This Girl Can. And that's all about, you know, girls understanding that they have the potential and they can do it. So there's lots of campaigns like that, which we never had 10 years ago. So it's a really, really exciting time to be a girl playing cricket in England, because you could go all the way.
Okay. Well, we've seen the talent pool on display, and it's brilliant to have that kind of talent. But tell me something. This is a question I really wanted to ask you ever since I decided to have you on the show. Why does it swing so much in England? We don't see that much swing in India at all.
So I'm probably going to be shot down by all the scientists that know exactly why. This is just my opinion. I think it's because it's the cloud cover. So we get a lot of, there's very rare that you have a day where it's all blue sky and sun. Whereas in India, you get that a lot. When I was in Bangalore, it was hot, like really hot. Whereas here, you get the clouds. It's not so humid. So I don't know whether that affects the way the ball moves. And it's very green. So the wickets are very green, and that apparently helps swing. So that's probably why. Yeah.
And you have the Duke's ball as well. That kind of helps the cause.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so we've already spoken a little bit about cricket. So tell me this. What is a 3D scanner for braces?
What is a 3D? Oh my goodness. So yeah, all the techies going to love this. So 3D scan is, so it's a device that takes hundreds of thousands of little pictures of your teeth. So you put a device in your mouth and it builds it up to create a 3D image. So as you're scanning, you can literally see on a computer how your teeth look, and you can move it around and you can look at it. And you can use that 3D scan to create stuff like crowns that you can 3D print, or braces. It's like the latest technology. It's amazing.
Okay, so is that something that's available everywhere across the world?
Yeah, pretty much most places that have private dentists that do extensive work, cosmetic work, will have one. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So I had that one because I know for a fact that this was tried on you.
Yeah.
Wasn't it?
Yeah. I had it. Yeah,
I actually picked this one from.
It looks funny.
Okay. There's this thing. What I actually picked up from your profile was the fact that that there's something called I Coach Cricket.
Yeah.
This is in partnership with an ECB's initiative.
Yeah.
For the coach development. So you were part of it. So tell us more about it, because here in India, these programs don't really appear this cliche. Like, we have our state boards, and then we have very designated persona who take care of these. But how were you part of the ECB's coach development program?
So we had a camera crew and some people come to my cricket club about a year and a half ago, 2 years. And that was from the ECB, and they were doing like a thing on women's cricket. And I was part of it, and so were some other people. And I got chatting to one of the guys that was kind of running it and organising it, a guy called Martin. And we'd been kept in contact, and he basically said there's this amazing new development website and app where coaches can go online, have their own little portal, track development. They can learn new programs and all of that, and you can have it all in one space. And he said, do you fancy getting involved in it and having a look? So I had a look at it, and then he invited me to do that video. So I did a little thing on strengthening your wrists when you're batting, so how we can do that. And then because of Corona, it kind of got paused a bit. So I'm sure I'll do much more with it. But yeah, so it's very early stages. But if you go on the website, it's really, really exciting website, basically.
Okay, so there are quite a few people actually participating in that particular program, I guess. So quite a few videos coming through as well. Correct.
Yeah.
Fantastic. So sorry, you had something. Go on.
No, I just say it's just keeping us entertained in lockdown, isn't it?
Yeah, totally. I mean, these initiatives are so much vital for our mental well-being, at least. I think Ben Hobbs, 411 is here. So he's asking you a question. How's the leggies coming on?
Yeah, do you know what? It's weird because I hadn't bowled in over a month. I thought, that's it. I'm going to be rubbish. It's not going to work. But I had a session this Monday, and they came out really well. They were turning loads. So they're coming out well. I still have loads to work on and improve. I think everyone that's ever been a cricketer will always have something to improve on. But I'm very happy with how they're going. And yeah, if you go on my page, you can see how far I've come. And I've just put a video up recently of my leg spin. So check it out. Yeah.
Correct. I did notice one video where you were bowling leg spin for the very first time, I think. And then you were so excited with that one hitting the stumps. And then to the video what you posted yesterday, this massive turn. You're getting a lot of turn with that.
Yeah, and it's just the smoothness of the action. Before I was almost scared. I was going slow-mo and kind of pushing it, trying to place it somewhere. Whereas now I'm following through and trusting myself that I'm going to pitch it in the right spot. So it's definitely improved, definitely.
Oh, super cool. Would you want to learn a few Kannada words? Because I know for a fact that you've come to Bangalore a few times, so you know a little bit about Hindi, do you?
So I just know shabash.
My Hindi is terrible, so I can't teach you Hindi though. But I can definitely teach you a few words of Kannada, so that should be fine, right?
Yeah, go for it. I can't promise I'll be good, but I'll try.
Okay, so it's just about greeting everybody. So you can just say Namaskara Elrigu.
Namaskara
Elrigu.
Elrigu. Namaste Elrigu.
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 You could say Hegidira.
Hegidira.
Pretty much means how are you?
Ah, nice. So can you say namaste without saying the second bit?
Yeah, you can. You can say namaskara. That's about it. So the greeting is
Namaskara.
taken care of. Yelrigu is everybody, hey everybody. So that's how it is. The namaskara
Oh,
Yelrigu was all about hey everybody. So,
so namaskara, hegi. Like, I'm so bad at that. I can't do
that's all
it. It's
right.
like,
I'll actually text you and then send it to you how it will be pronounced, and then you can pick it up a few times. Then you can do a video in Kannada someday.
oh my goodness, that'd be so cool, wouldn't it? I'd love to do that.
Yeah, well, I'll teach you a few. That's my commitment. So don't worry.
Perfect.
Okay, so my next question. We all know how demanding a sport cricket is. I've been a cricketer myself, so I've had two surgeries to my shoulders, and physically, it's one of the most demanding ones. It's not as easy as you see it on television. For women to really withstand the physical stress of cricket, and then all the wiles and guiles that go into playing the game, what training really holds good in terms of strengthening somebody or helps you keep up with the pace of the game?
Yeah. So I think, especially nowadays, there is such an emphasis on, you have to be strong. Your muscles and your tendons, they have to keep up with the amount you're bowling. There's so much pressure to bowl faster, bowl quicker, turn it more, that we're putting our bodies under so much strain. So personally, I think it's really important to do strength and conditioning, so weightlifting. So there's a little bit of fear for women of weightlifting. Okay, so you're worried about getting bulky or looking manly, but you won't. You won't. Unless you're injecting yourself with testosterone, you're not going to.
Correct.
So it's really important that you strengthen especially for a pace bowler, seam bowler, you strengthen your core. You have to have a strong core, so your stomach. You strengthen your quads, your hamstrings, and all of that, because you need to protect your back. Because when you're putting all those forces through, you're following through, your back is normally the first thing that goes. You get stress fractures and all of that. So I would incorporate like a HIIT exercise, so high intensity interval training, with body weight exercises, but also with weighted, so kettlebell or dumbbell, squats, all of that. And I think if you don't do that, you will injure yourself, and you need to stretch as well, obviously, do yoga, all of that.
Correct. So primarily you're telling women to just let go of fear and then go full throttle on the weights and everything, because these are not means of putting on weights, but then these are only going to strengthen you.
Yeah, totally. You're not going to look like a man. And, you see such slow, the way you change, you can stop if you don't like it. It's fine. But it's going to make you look better and feel better.
Correct. Great point you actually made. Hopefully any of the girls who's actually watching this one might probably be a little more inspired to take up cricket, probably leg spin as well, and then they'd contact you. Oh, those are some big guns. Okay. You visited this wonderful place called Karnataka Institute of Cricket, and this is one of the finest cricketing stables we have in the country. So we have a lot of international cricketers from that stable actually going on to represent the country. So you've had your fair share of experience playing in that particular facility. So tell us how that small little journey was while you were there, and the kind of talent what was around you. So tell us more about that.
So I was just so amazed at the passion of everyone at that place. Irfan, the guy that owns it, he is just a wonderful man. He's so generous with his knowledge and his time and his passion. You see people queuing up to talk to him because he's just filled with knowledge. But the actual cricket centre the facilities are amazing. You've got over like 20 something nets. I don't even know, but there's a lot of nets. You've got like grass nets. You've got more like dusty nets. You've got artificial, indoor. There's a massive area where you can do fielding. All the coaches there are fantastic, and they'll give you little nuggets of knowledge that you can. It will change, because I met a coach called Mohammed when I was out there. And he was a spin coach, and he literally helped me in an hour, and it changed everything about my bowling. And I never would have got that in England. So You know, they get up and they're there at 7 a.m. or something really early.
Yes.
They do it all morning. They have a break at lunch and then they're there till 10 o'clock at night. And just having the passion and seeing that, it just inspired me. Like, I love India. I love that. It was amazing.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it is one of those finest cricketing places. I saw one of those drills what you made where you were, you know, sitting down and then side on, you had to bowl your leg spins. That is pretty strong stuff. I mean, it really does strengthen your core in order to deliver those kind of deliveries, because there's barely any strength you're getting from the ground up.
No, it's so hard. It isolates your whole top body, and
Correct.
it forces you to keep upright and, you know, follow through properly. Because I think when you try and bowl from a run up, there's so many different components. It's distracting, and quite a lot of the time you're not focusing on what you need to focus on. So drills are so important. Never underestimate drills. You have to. Everyone has to do them.
Definitely. I mean, if we have to really bear the stresses, the physical demands of the game, I think all of these is very, very important. Okay, so you caught up on a little bit of IPL action, and very recently you posted that you're so upset there's no IPL happening, and you're sporting RCB. That's our home team. So tell us more about the IPL experience for you.
Okay, firstly, it is loud. It is loud. I've never been to a place where there is so much excitement and you can almost like feel it in the air. So we were walking down and there's just so many people on the streets, like all getting excited, selling t-shirts and all that. So I bought an RCB t-shirt because I love the team and I wanted to support them. And they were playing CSK.
Yeah.
So it was a big match. It was a big match.
Arch rivals for us.
Yeah, literally. And just hearing all the, you know, the instruments, what they called Gorgon, the instruments that I love that.
Okay.
And like all the chants, like RCB, like it's so loud. And it was the best cricket match I've ever been to. Honestly, it was so exciting. It was amazing.
RCB beat CSK that game, right?
Yeah.
And
it was
some of you guys were part of the Nets as well, I think. The same day, correct?
Yeah, so Cricket Mentoring took us to actually watch them warm up, and we met all of the team basically. We met the coaches, we met DJ Bravo, like we were chatting to them. It was an unreal experience, and then we got to watch it in this amazing viewpoint. Yeah, it was so good. And someone's just said RCB beat CSK by 1 run, and I remember it because it was so close. It was so good.
Correct. I mean, these two teams are at loggerheads all the time. I mean, we definitely don't want to lose to CSK. We don't mind losing the IPL, but not to CSK. That's what we believe in. But then someday the IPL trophy has got to come. RCB is not winning any of these. Hopefully someday. Okay, so there's another feather to your crown. I mean, you're from the dental profession, of course, and you're now a cricketer as well, aspiring to don the English colours in due course of time. But you also have another dimension to you. You're a songwriter and you play the guitar as well. So
no!
Tell us more about that.
I didn't know this was going to come up. No. So do you know what? From a young age, like my dad always used to like play the piano and guitar, and he used to write musicals. So I was kind of inspired, and I wrote my first song on the guitar when I was 14, and I just find it's really soothing and almost like mentally it's calming, because I just take myself away, and if I'm stressed, I almost channel it into a song, and it's like medicine almost. So I probably don't post as much as I normally or used to, just because of time. I don't have as much time to do it, but it's definitely a big part of my life, music, for sure. Yeah.
Hmm.
So I need to do more of that, don't I?
Yeah, I actually saw a video of yours where you are crooning a few lines and you're doing really well.
Thanks. Thank
So
you.
someone is saying if you can say the RCB's tagline, "E Sala Cup Nam Dekh." Can you say that? Have you heard that while you were here?
Maybe. What does it
Because
mean?
that means it means that this time the cup is ours. Like we will win it for sure. So
Oh,
that's what it means.
okay. No, I might have heard it, but I didn't know what it meant. No, that's awesome.
All right. So that's what it means. Now coming back to cricket again, what is the difference in approach for somebody in the UK when they have to play a game, professional cricket? I mean, what would be their routine approaching a game mentally, physically? So these are different aspects to the women's game. We all know how men prepare. So there's not been too much of a coverage on how women actually prepare for the games. So
Yeah.
according to you, what really is the routine that goes into the game mentality?
So I would say nutrition is quite big. You
Mm-hmm.
have to be eating the right foods to fuel
Mm-hmm.
you, and you shouldn't be overtraining. So it's
Mm-hmm.
very easy to get stuck in this. I need to train, and get better. But you have to, when you're coming up to a big match, you need to let your body rest for sure.
Correct.
You
Correct.
don't want tired muscles when you're, and then also sleep. Sleep is huge.
Correct.
I always find if I don't sleep properly the night before a match,
Mm-hmm.
it's almost like I'm just not on it. Like my reactions aren't as good. I feel tired. So sleep is massive. So I would say, like, for the week running up to a big match,
Mm-hmm.
get good sleep and wind down early. So go to bed early, read a book, don't have your phone out, because your phone, like the lights, is going to affect your sleep.
Mm-hmm.
And then also, I would still continue doing some sort of strength and conditioning. So you're still
Correct.
priming your body for it. And
Correct.
mentally, just don't think about it too much. Like, you can overthink it. Just do stuff that you enjoy, whether it's like
Mm-hmm.
swimming or yoga or go for a bike ride, reading, and just try and switch off, I think.
Okay. And
That's what I
having
would do.
some like-minded teammates also helps because they really egg you on to go on to achieve some really nice things, right?
Totally. Having a team that you just get on with so well, which I do, is amazing. It's
Mm-hmm.
like having your friends on the field. It's fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're
Yeah.
now the vice captain as well for Spencer Cricket Club, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So I
That
was
is so
vice
cool.
captain. Yeah, I was vice captain last year, and then
Uh-huh.
I got voted in to be vice captain this year. But obviously, we haven't played any cricket this year yet,
Okay.
so we'll see. But yeah, I love it. I love it.
That is cool. So hopefully you become a captain very, very soon. So we will certainly be following your career on that regard. Okay. Um, as I researched about your profile, so this is something that really stood out for me, particularly. You're somebody who celebrates the smallest of happinesses, the smallest scores, couple of wickets, couple of catches. These small moments really define the kind of person what you are, right? So I had a lot of fun, trying to figure that out about you.
It's like you're a psychologist. um, yeah, I don't know. I think for me, when you're passionate about something, you shouldn't always be looking at the end goal. It shouldn't always
Correct.
be, dead straight. That's all I'm focusing on. You've got to celebrate small wins, because that's
Mm-hmm.
what keeps you going. That's what makes you
Correct.
happy. And
Correct.
what is the point in doing it if it doesn't make you smile, and it doesn't make you happy? So I try to look at where I've come from, so where I
Mm-hmm.
started,
Mm-hmm.
and actually give myself a pat on the back,
Mm-hmm.
because people are too hard. Like, I'm very hard on myself. Don't get me wrong, I'm very hard on myself, but I
Really?
think we
Okay.
should be kind. Yeah, I'm just like, no, you should have done this, you should have done that, like that. But I think we should be kinder to ourselves and actually
Mm-hmm.
say, you know what, you've done well. So that's what I
Mm-hmm.
try and do. That's what I try and
Mm-hmm.
do.
But that's a fabulous quality to have, especially when you're very much aware of the fact that the success and the failure are pretty much part of the process, but it's the journey that has got to be that much more enjoyable, isn't it?
Totally. It's true, because if you think about, if you're a batswoman or a batsman,
Mm-hmm.
8 times out of 10 you're going to get out. There's not many
Mm-hmm.
batters that go in and will stay to the very end and see through the innings. So you just need to let go of all fear of getting out, because you're going to get out. Chances are at some point, whether it's when you've got your 50 or 100, whatever, you're going to get out. So just get over that, have fun, and see where you get to.
Correct. Somebody's asking you, Nick V1, he's asking you, why are you not playing county cricket at the moment? What is the reason behind that? You look capable in your videos.
Do you know what? It's the county setup. It's a bit of a weird one. You know, you have girls that have started and played together since they were, you know, 7, 8 onwards, and they kind of grow up through the system. And for me, I was a late bloomer. I only started when I was 22, 23. So for me to somehow get into county, it has been a struggle. So for example, Surrey, I did my first trial in 2015, I think, and I got in, and I started training with them, and then I got basically kicked out again, and then I kind of brushed myself off, trialed again and again. Then I started training with them, and then 2 years ago I trialed again, and I actually got in properly, and just didn't perform. Was a seam bowler, and got kicked out again. So like and yes, at first I was really embarrassed, and I thought, you know what, this is like, why do I keep trying? Like, I'm not good enough, obviously. But you know what, failure is part of it, and I've just got to pick myself back up. I've changed to leg spin. I might not ever be good enough to be in county. I might be, who knows? I might try another county. But you know, you just have to have a vision, and if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. If it does, awesome.
Yeah, but you're still enjoying what you're doing anyway, so that I think is paramount.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, playing for county or playing for England, it's amazing, but it doesn't define who you are as a cricketer. You can still be a really good cricketer and not play for county or England.
Correct. Very, very realistic, in fact. I mean, that I think should be the right kind of resolution for anybody picking up the bat or ball, because if you can become a better cricketer, it can only fill your heart with happiness. The national colours or the county colours are just the byproducts of your hard work anyways.
Totally, yeah.
Okay, so you guys have given us a lot of heartbreaks in the past. The one which we will not forget is the 2017 World Cup. Laura, please tell us why. I mean, we did all the hard yards. We went all the way to the finals, and then on your shrub. So you were there at the venue, weren't you?
Oh my goodness. That is the best cricket match. Apart from the one in Bangalore with the electrifying, it's the best cricket match in England I've ever been to. The energy, it was so nervous. I just remember that last over, like standing up on my chair, then sitting down, then going, oh, then going, oh. Literally, it was so up and down. But what it does is it just shows you that all it takes is one person to have a good day, and it will change a whole game. So Anya was incredible, and it all happened in the last over or two, didn't it? So
correct.
We thought we were going to lose. India thought they were doing well, and then all it took was the mental game. So India lost their mind, didn't they? They lost their mental game, and somehow Anya did these amazing balls, and we won. And I have to say, credit to both teams. I was torn with who I wanted to win. Obviously, I wanted England to win because they're my team, but I do love India and I do love the cricket. So I would have been happy, you know, seeing India win as well. But England winning it was amazing.
That World Cup literally did a world of good for women's cricket scene in India, because a lot of girls are actually picking up cricket kits these days. They're trying a lot to get on. They are trying to replicate their idols. I know Mithali Raj, we have Amanpreet Kaur, we have some real big names now, and people have started to compare themselves to their male counterparts now. That's how much of an impact that particular World Cup did to the whole of women's cricket in India.
So good. And it did a similar thing in England as well. So I think that was such a great match. Whatever the result, it was a great match for cricket in the world. I think women's cricket.
Great. Yeah, women's cricket literally won that day.
Yeah.
A few times over, correct.
Totally.
Okay, so I'm going to be, telling you a few cricketers' names, of course, and you will need to tell me what qualities of theirs you would like to have in your armory? Works?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Heather Knight, the skipper. So what quality of Heather Knight would you like to have?
I just think she's like a mum figure. I know that sounds weird, but like
Correct,
she's just so, it's like she's just full of this knowledge, and she's so calm and she inspires you. So if I was on the field with Heather Knight, I would want to like impress her, and I'd want to do it for the team and her. So just her leadership really, and her kindness. She seems like a really kind, lovely person. So yeah, that's what I would take from Heather Knight.
Fantastic. One cricketer whom the whole of India has adopted as our very own is Sarah Taylor. We love her here in India because of her wicket-keeping attributes being compared to MSD, because she's so quick behind the wicket. So what quality would you actually pick from her?
Oh, I'd 100% steal her reactions. She is on par with men. She can play in men. She's played in county, first grade. She's so humble. Like, yes, her cricket quality is great, but she's such a lovely, humble person. I know I have mutual friends, and they talk about how down to earth she is. She struggled with the mental health aspect, and she was so open and honest. And I think that's such a selfless thing to do, because it helps other people. So I would take, obviously I would love her wicket keeping skills, but I would take her humbleness. Yeah.
Great. And she's quite an inspiration, because she kept fighting throughout. She had that little bit of a bout with anxiety issues. She fought that, she came back, and then she decided, okay, so now is the time to move on and give some youngsters an opportunity to showcase their talent. Yeah. We love her totally here in India.
Yeah, she definitely went on a good note, didn't she?
Yes, totally. Okay, so another cricketer whom we admire here in India is, of course, we love her Twitter battles with our male cricketers. Danny Wyatt. She's quite a live
She's a feisty one. She's a feist. I love it. Yeah, she's feisty.
Yeah, she's incredible. She can hit the ball a long way, and she can also play the very subtle innings of rotating the strike very well.
Yeah, she is a very talented batswoman. Her power hitting is amazing. She is very good at adapting to the game. So she does what is required of the team and of the situation. So I would take her adaptability. That's the skill I would take.
Last one, Natsiva. So what would you actually pick up from the all-rounder?
So I had a net with Natsiva once when I was with Surrey. We were in a massive group, and she's just so lovely. She's such a nice person. But she's obviously so talented. Her batting, she's so creative, isn't she? She's a bit like a Joss Butler, I think, of the women's team. And I feel like you can really rely on her to get runs. I think she's very reliable. So I'd take her reliability and her creativity.
Hopefully they actually get to hear of all of these things, and then know for a fact
they'll be like,
you are becoming quite the all-round cricket.
They'll be like, who's this weird girl that we don't even know, and she's chatting about us? It's fine.
Okay, so we now come to the end of section 1, where I've asked you a lot of questions about your career and everything. Now it's time for me to actually put you into some tricky situations, hypothetical situations, and then try and see what your reactions would be to those. So works? Okay. So on your captaincy debut for Spencer Cricket Club, how much did you score, Laura?
Is this hypothetical or a question?
No, this isn't, but this is a question though to start with.
Okay, so I scored 50, I think. A 50. My first 50.
Okay, and what else? What else happened that game?
What's happened in the game?
Yeah, no, what happened? You bowled and then you picked up a catch.
Yeah. So my goal would be let everyone have a go, because I wouldn't want to be selfish. Let everyone have a go, have a bowl. I'd love to get a fifer.
Well, you scored 53 that game.
Yeah, 53
not out.
not out. Yeah, I did. And I think it was because I really like having, the responsibility of being captain. It's almost like it really helped my game, because there was no room to feel like worried or nervous, because I was like, I need to lead by example. I need to go out there, be confident, and I need to put some runs on the board for my team.
Mm-hmm.
So I think being a captain and vice captain, that really helps me play. So yeah, that was my first 50, I think, or my second 50, but my first 50 as a captain.
53, 2 wickets, and you took a catch as well. So you had a fabulous game that day.
That was, it was awesome.
Okay, so which one is probably better for you to bat on, because you're an all-rounder? Would you like the dry dust bowls of India, or would you like the nippy English conditions? Where do you think you can really hit the ball well?
Probably the dry conditions of India. I mean, obviously the ball spins a lot more in India, so you have to be better at playing spin in India. But I love to kind of, any short balls, I love to get like cross bat. So in England, that can be quite dangerous, because it could just be a P roller and it could just bounce and just,
Correct.
So probably more bouncing,
more bouncing.
Yeah.
Okay. So which variation of yours do you have a better strike rate with? The stock leg spin or the googly? I think the googly you recently added to your armor, right?
Yeah, I think probably leg break, probably. Yeah.
The stock leg spinning deliveries got you more wickets.
Yeah, definitely. And it's just because leg spin's hard to play.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, totally. Especially the right-handers. I mean, if it's probably coming from round their legs, it's so difficult for them, and they generally resort to sweeping the ball rather than playing it straight bat. Exactly. But I'm a left-hander. I love leg spinners, so I can hit it with the spin. So
I'd be bowling googlies to you.
And I'll reverse sweep with them. Well, we should play sometime, so that'll actually be really good. So I can test my skills against yours. So you will get me out, I know, but that would be cool. So you followed a few leg spinning legends like Shane Warne and Anil Kumble, right? So who do you think has got the more meaner flipper? Both these are fantastic exponents of flipper.
I think probably Shane Warne, just because I just think he was the pioneer of leg spin. I don't know, but I think he's not far off.
Correct. Both these two legends are incredible. But Anil Kumble, he wasn't actually getting too much spin. Despite bowling in India, he wasn't getting too much spin. So it was more of the top spins and the flippers that got him more wickets here. Yeah,
that's true. So maybe, I mean, he probably did more of the flipper, didn't he? Whereas Shane Warne would just put it in randomly,
Correct. But what great bowlers these two were.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you were to bowl to Danny Wyatt, so let's say Danny's got off to a brilliant start and she's probably batting at around, say, 40 of just about 24, 25 deliveries in a T20. And then now captain says, Laura, come on up, you'll have to bowl. And then you're bowling first delivery to Danny. So what would that first delivery be?
Do you know what? I would trust myself and I would just bowl a good length leg break ball, because if you get that right, that's really hard to hit. So I would probably do, just my stock ball, maybe get her a little bit comfortable, and then I would throw in maybe the straight one, the doosra, or the googly, just to get her off guard early on so she doesn't get too comfortable with my bowling.
Correct. I mean, starting off with spin is very difficult for any batsman, no matter how settled they are. Suddenly, if the ball turns, it's very difficult for them. Cool. So another fun question. I saw this one on your Facebook account, and I thought I should definitely ask you. There was an app which you tried, and then the app told you that you actually resemble a Bollywood celebrity.
Oh, yeah. I can't remember which one it was. But I was like, what? She's so pretty as well.
Yeah, she's of British origin as well. I mean, she's from London, of course. Yeah, so you know her name, do you?
I can't remember. It was so long ago.
She's the heartthrob of millions here. She's called Katrina Kaif.
That's it. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, she's
Yes.
gorgeous. She's gorgeous.
Very, very.
That's
That
so
was a good one,
funny.
right? So,
Yeah.
that was a good one. So that kind of caught you off guard. Um, this one is definitely something that you'll have to try. You've met Tom Scollay, so you know his trademark phrase, what he says, "Good day, legends."
Your beauty.
So you'll have to tell me that, the "Good day, legends." So that part, you'll have to tell it the way Tom Scollay says it.
Okay. Good day, legends.
That was close. I saw something very funny of Tom Scollay, because there's this video where people are in a bar watching some action on big screen, and then it's edited where Tom Scollay walks into the screen and then says, "Good day, legend," and then
Oh,
everybody goes, "Yeah."
I
That is so
haven't
funny.
seen that one. I need to look at that.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
you,
so
you
funny.
should. That was so funny. I was like, oh, what would Tom Scollay think of this one? And in fact, he posted this, I think.
He's funny. He's a funny guy.
Yeah, he's a great coach as well. So I saw his videos. He's a really good coach. A lot of positivity
Definitely.
coming from him. Okay, last question in the rapid fire segment. If you woke up as the world's #1 all-rounder, Elise Perry, what would you do? What would your first reactions be? And what is those first things that you'd actually do?
Oh my God, I'd be like, right, we need to organise a cricket match. I want to see how she does it. I want to learn all the techniques. Yeah, I would. Yeah, I just want to play cricket, literally straight away. Yeah.
Correct. So who do you idolize the most, or I mean, who in cricket terms has been that kind of an idol for you, where you always look up to?
I mean, in terms of like leg spin, probably Shane Warne. But in terms of women's cricket, I think Sarah Taylor's amazing. I think she's so talented. She's really great to watch on TV. And also with the whole backstory of her mental health, that inspires me a lot as well. So yeah, probably Sarah Taylor.
Fantastic. I mean, great legends to actually have as idol. Now we're at the end of our questions list. It was fantastic. I just have one last thing. If you could tell a few things to people picking up cricket bats, especially girls who are actually going after cricketing dreams, what should they really look forward to, and what are those things that they should really carry at the back of their mind in order to be a successful, decent cricketer?
Okay, so my favorite phrase is hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work. Okay.
Correct.
So what that means is you can have someone that's born amazing at cricket and they just have all the talent, but they don't work hard. Okay. And you can have someone like potentially me that isn't that naturally talented at it, but I've worked really hard and always believe that you can get there. No one is, destined to be nothing if they work really, really, really hard. So I would say have fun, work hard, because you won't get anywhere otherwise, and just enjoy the journey, as we said earlier. Enjoy the journey, because what's the point otherwise?
Correct. Very, very true. So your experience on the show, I mean, I tried my best to actually put up a nice little questionnaire for you so that this experience is a lot more enjoyable. So in your words, how did you actually feel talking to me on this show?
Yeah. So I think this has been fantastic. It's awesome to talk about, my beliefs and my passion, but also with someone that's also so passionate. And yeah, just be able to share my experience. And it's been so well organized. So thank you.
Well, we had a great pleasure of trying to put together all of the research activities with your profile, giving a lot of information about you. So thank you for posting those. That made our job a lot more easier.
That's fine.
And the theme of our show is self-made, and in all sense that you're one of those hardworking cricketers who's totally self-made, and we loved bringing your story out. We had great experience sharing this one to everybody out there. We wish you the best on behalf of the whole cast and crew of the Vinz Rishi show. I have a few people, I'm sure you must have noticed that a few people are actually tagging you on the stories as well. So these guys help me out with the video assets, what they do. So thank you so much. It was a great experience talking to you. we wish you all the very best, and hopefully this one's all yours the next time we meet.
Thank you so much. Take care.
It's been an absolute pleasure. We'll see you on the flip side. Take care then.
Perfect.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.